adjustment effects and the layer style effect. These are the adjustment effects, and these are the layer style effects. We will cover first the adjustment effects. In the adjustment effects, we have a couple of groups. These one are solid colors. We will mostly use them for the backgrounds. In this group, we have effect that works with the light and the shadow. We have levels, curves, exposure, brightness, and contrast. In this group, we have the effects that works with the look and the color of the photo. And this group, they're a combination of both. We have gradient map, invert, posterize, and threshold. I'm not going to cover each of them. We will cover a couple of them. Let's add some of the hue and saturation. With the hue and saturation, we can change the color. We can play with the saturation, and also we have the lightness. The nice thing about these adjustment effects, they work as separate layers. They also come automatically with the layer mask on them. I will cover this in the next lesson. Now let's add another adjustment effect. This time I will add curves or levels. Let's add the curve. So with the curve, you can play with the brightness, shadows, and also the contrast. You also have red, blue, and green. You can play with their light, contrast, and everything else individually. Now let me remove these. I'll keep the hue and saturation. Now, if I go to the solid color works like this. As I told you, you can use it as backgrounds. If I double click here, I can change the color to something like this. I'll keep the rest of the effects for you to discover it. And of course, we'll be using it in the more advanced sections in this course. Now let's move to the layer style effects. You can add them from here. For example, I want to add the drop shadow. And over here, you can play with the settings of the shadow. By the way, guys, we have a section just for the layer style effects. So now I'm not going to cover all the details. So just like this, you add your effects. You can add color overlay from here. You can change the blending mode. You can add Bevel Emboss. I will cover everything about layer style in the layer style section. For now, let's press OK. You can see your layer style effects over here. You can disable them just like this. You can also copy the layer style and paste it on another layer. If you right click over here and copy the layer style, now come over here, right click on it and go all the way down. As you can see, you have the paste the layer style, this one. Paste it, and like this we paste the layer style to this cloud. There is another way that you can bring the layer styles. If you double click on this area, it will bring back the layer style panel. For now, let's undo everything. In the next lesson, we will be covering the most important thing in Photoshop. If you know this, you can do many things in Photoshop. See you in the next lesson.